Hello everyone, hope you're well. Welcome back to our channel and welcome to episode 4 of Operation Ducato. So it's a little bit later on in the day, it's about 12:30. I've been doing some lessons with the boys this morning. Charlie's been out here sorting out the back windows. That is the job I think for this weekend. It's saying that it's going to be cloudy but dry, and we're going to take full advantage of that because now that we're in October, the weather is going to change. He's already come across a problem with the frame that he needs to cut off the corners to make it fit in. Currently he's moving the screws from the outer part of the frame. Do you know what? I'll show you while he's stopped. There's the holes that he obviously screwed the frame together with. Now he's moved them to here because, as I was saying, he has to cut this corner off for it to fit into here, because as you see it's very close, and obviously with the frame it's pointy, so he has to cut off this corner there. I'm going to get on with the last of the thermal layers today, so I'm going to use this above the cab, and I'm also going to do around the chairs. So during the week I did manage to get the king span down around by the chairs here, but I'm just going to put some of the thermal lining around here as well underneath the chair before we board this bit of the floor back up, and then it's on to then finishing off the walls completely. But it's moving along. If this is the first video of ours that you've come across, then hello, welcome. This is episode 4, so there's another 3 videos prior to this one, so if you want to see from the very beginning where we talk about our layout and where we've been documenting the whole process up until this point, then do go back and watch that. If you're back again, then thank you for coming back and watching this journey. Anyway, I'm going to get going, leave Charlie to that, and we'll catch up with you in a bit. I'm not gonna lie, this window today has taken about 3.5 hours to do. It is definitely not for the faint-hearted. We measured again, measured another 10-15 times to be sure. Finally worked out the best way of doing it was finding the centre point of the frame in the back, drilling out and then measuring the 45 by 50 to then drill out for the window itself. Even though it was measured to the right point, it's still taken about 20 tries to get it into the gap. The problem that we've got now is making this side level with this side now. But it's taken about another 45 minutes once we drilled out the hole to actually get the window to fit. I'm sorry we haven't caught a lot of footage, a little bit here and there, but it's just been so like manic, and you don't want to take your attention off it for too long, otherwise you just forget what you're doing. Like, we measured it about 100 times, didn't we?
I was getting frustrated with it in the end.
Yeah, and it was just like to the point, let's just drill a hole because otherwise it's not going to get in today. But we got there in the end by centering it and doing it off of the centre point, didn't we?
We'll show you on the next one, because we'll look like pros doing it, because we know what to do now.
Know what to do, yeah. So I've just cleaned off all the metal shavings. Charlie's going to go around it with the metal paint, and then we're going to screw it all in place and seal it in. Yeah. So I'll film a little bit more of that now that we're a little bit like relaxed We do have a little bit of a casualty on Dino, just here where it was caught by the jigsaw, but it will get fixed. Sorry, big man. But we'll fix you back up to be good as new. But that's the problem, is because it was like almost fitting. Charlie was like, oh, just take out this little bit. And obviously, because you're taking out such a small bit, the jigsaw just slipped, didn't it? It's definitely better using the, what do you call them? File. Yeah, the file. It is annoying at the time, and I'm just saying to Charlie, breathe, because I think when that sort of thing happens, it's just like annoying and upsetting as well. And then things can just be like a dominoes effect, and everything can end up going wrong. So it's like, just breathe, it's fine, we'll fix it, it's not a big deal. So, but yeah. We're going to paint him up now and get it all sealed in. So while we're waiting for the paint to dry, before we put the window in, I thought I'd show you that I did manage to get my jobs done that I said this morning that I was going to try and do. So I did manage to get the lining up here above the cab. Managed to get it down quite far, didn't I? Yep. So yeah, managed to do that, which I didn't think I was. Yeah, and I used a piece of wood to actually help me to get it to stick all the way down, and then Charlie got in after I'd done all three and just made sure that it was all attached right to the bottom, because he could actually reach and I can't. So yeah, and I'd done it in 3 panels and managed to get them really close together. So I've had a lot of practice doing the rest of the van anyway. So yeah, it went quite well actually. And then underneath the chairs, it does look a little bit like a patchwork quilt. But again, it's going to do the job anyway. And there you go. All lined under there as well. And there we go. Again, obviously leaving the bolts out for in case we ever need to undo it. But yeah, got 2 jobs done, which is the main thing. And a window will be in by the end of the day as well. So yeah, not a bad day's work really. Charlie's just cleaning off the black, what's it called?
Adhesive.
Yeah, because it goes everywhere and it's horrible.
Methylated spirits.
Yeah, it's like all stuck to my hand.
Works the treat.
Yeah.
You've got to do it while it's like this, or otherwise you've got a lot of scrubbing.
Yeah. Charlie was inside screwing it up, and as he was screwing it up, it was coming out the side. So he said, get a damp cloth and clean it off, which I was, and then it was just going everywhere. And he was like, don't worry, we'll use some of the stuff on it. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, it's all over the white van. So I was like, next time, please use a white one. But then you're going to see it around the black frame, aren't you? Yeah. So it's a bit difficult. But anyway, we're going to call it a day here because it's starting to get dark. Yeah, my goodness, what a job that window has been today. We're not looking forward to doing the other one, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll end it here and see you tomorrow. Good morning, it is Sunday. We didn't do much yesterday, so I didn't film anything. But we did come back out and have a little bit of a play around with the window. Charlie took out all the longer screws that he put through because they actually came through the frame of the window, so you could just see them piercing through. So he changed them to a shorter screw, so now we can't see them, and painted in the holes where they had come through with black paint. We're actually going to take a break from doing the next window today and get the little jobs done that need doing inside the van and finish them off. Also, it's Sunday, we don't want to make too much of a noise when people are having like their days off of work and stuff. Whereas tomorrow, Monday, everyone's back to work, and we feel that we can do more noisy work on a weekday. Charlie's going to come in a minute and drill the hole for the diesel heater. He's then going to lay the floor back down around the boys' seats. I've got to use this for the back doors. They still need doing, and the sliding doors, so I'll do that. I always say with these van builds is you do one job and then you can't do it completely until you do another job, so it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back all the time.
Maybe some people are more organised than us.
But also at the beginning we were really organised. I think because we sat and was like, right, this needs doing first, like obviously all the insulation, and then you get to this point and then you're a bit like, right, okay, now what can we do next? We can't do some jobs until we've worked out the bed, and like you can't do something else because of the wiring still needs doing. So
we're still waiting on this 12-volt cable to turn up.
yeah, so it's just like, you know, you're constantly waiting around for deliveries and things as well, and everything to turn up that you need. And so, but we are trying to work in a way that's
semi-logical.
Yeah, but it's difficult. It really is difficult. Charlie's just gone in to get another screw to be able to do the earth on the diesel heater, but that's all set and ready to be connected underneath. The little screen is going to go on the wall here when it's there. That's on. Lovely.
What's this?
Completed floor. Obviously we can't go underneath the chair, but floor's back in there, around the back of the chairs, and also down the side as well. Obviously we've had to do a lot of cutting to go around the diesel heater, around the belt buckle, but looking good. So we now have a floor.
Does your improvised little thingamy work nice?
Yeah.
Silicone tube thing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You can get your fingers in so far, but just to make sure that these bits where there's no holes, you just need something like to jam in, just to get it that little bit further than where your fingers can go, really.
Yeah, it's a little bit flexible as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because you gave me something metal, didn't you?
Yeah.
It wouldn't really work. So. Here, Jude. Hello.
Hello.
One side done, second side done, and all along here is jam packed. So now this is ready to be carpeted. Charlie's just going to do something with the diesel heater, and he said you might want to film this, so here we go.
This is our new pipe for the diesel pickup to go straight into the fuel tank. This is the one that's supplied with the kit. If you're using the 10 litre tank that comes with it, you'd mount this somewhere, wherever, you know, on the side of your door, so you can actually fill it up quite easily, you know, like in a cupboard or at the back or whatever. Now to fit this, we're going to have to drill a hole into the top of here. I'm going to pop that in there, which means removing it. Undo this nut and pull this breather out, and then I'm going to be drilling a hole through there, pop this in, and then connect up the fuel line, run that over the tank and out, and that should come out nicely towards where the diesel heater is. We now have our new standpipe in, new diesel pipe, which is this one here. I've just got to join up the two Jubilee clips there. This is our new fuel line, which is going to run down there. I started off with a small drill bit to drill the first hole, and then took it out to 5.5mm, and then literally put the rubbers on, put a tiny little bit of sealant around the top here, and it just threads in. It self cuts its own thread into the fuel tank or into the sender, and it's a nice solid fit. So no need to put the nut on the bottom of it really. It is possible to do it without taking the seat out, so that's one good thing. To get that sender out, it is tight. So what I did was I wrapped a cable tie around like the plastic body of it like so. Got my fingers on it, good yank, and pop, out it come, and it does go with a bit of a pop. It's like a little tiny 8mm nut you've got to release first. It's just in front there. And that's it. Relatively straightforward really. So, job's a good one. Just got to put the pipe underneath.
It has literally just turned 2 o'clock on Monday. I feel like we have slacked, or shall I say I've slacked, because I've had to go out and do the weekly food shop and do some other bits and pieces indoors this morning. Charlie's been in and out this morning when I've been out, because obviously I've had to leave the other two to do some schooling. So he's been in and out checking on them, and has been underneath the van sorting out the diesel heater. I'm sure he will explain to you later on once he has finished that. He's not far off now, so yeah, he's been fiddling around under there this morning. So I'm just going to finish off the installation. This one, the cotton wool, as I keep calling it. So I've got just the bottoms of these doors left to do, and one panel at the back, which we haven't yet decided if we're going to put that in there because of all the wiring and the hinges of the door opening and closing. I'm going to get on. I feel like this week's vlog has been a bit hickledy-pickledy and we haven't really filmed too much, so I hope you are enjoying. If you're still watching, thank you ever so much. Do give it a like and hit subscribe if you are new here. But I'm going to get on, and we'll catch up with you in a little bit and share our progress from today, and hopefully get a little bit more footage if we do get that window done. Anyway, I'm going to get on and get something done. I have filled in all the gaps, so down here, because this goes to the back of the door, all down there, all the other side, and right underneath the door as well. Just pop that through there, and I'm just going to spray some of the spray adhesive on this bit here and up on this bit, because there's actually metal plates there, and at the bottom, so obviously we want it to stick there. So I'm just going to put a little bit in the centre, bottom and top, and like we did with the top one, I'm going to pop that in and fold it over so that it sits nicely on there like that, so it's nice and padded. To the top bit now. Again, this top bit's a little bit more difficult because you've got all this wiring, so it would have been handy if that was actually stuck like that. It's the bottom one. No, it's just resting. If that was stuck like that, that'd be easier, but I'm wondering if I put the foam through it, it would keep it up like that. I'm a little bit gutted that I didn't film me doing that, because that turned out not to be as much as a flaff as I thought it was going to be. So yeah, I just tore it so that it would fit in between this and this, and I've managed to tuck it actually behind the bottom foam, which has cable running through it, and then I've also managed to tuck that behind there. Yeah, and it's just worked out really, really well. So hopefully when Charlie comes in, he'll say that that's okay, because that does squish right in, so that when we put the boards in, it's not stopping them from going back flat. So yeah, but that's worked out really well, away from all the wires, both sides. So yeah, and I haven't had to glue that in either. It's literally just keeping in via these foamy bits, and tucking it down behind them both. So yeah, that was good.
After lots of messing about, we have a diesel heater exhaust. We have diesel heater pipework. There's the filter. There's the pump. Placed at its angle so it pumps upwards. So the pipes run up there somewhere, behind all them heat shields, up to the petrol tank, which is up here somewhere. But hopefully you can see some of this, because the camera work is not very good.
So I've moved on to finish the back doors. As you can see, I've done 3 panels, got 1 more to do. Charlie's outside making the frame for the second window. Whether or not we'll get that done today, because it is starting to get late, and I don't want to do what we did with this one and end up finishing it in the dark. So we might just get it sort of prepped, ready for Friday. 5:30 and we are calling it quits for today and this episode. We decided not to go ahead and fix the second window today. Charlie has made up the frame, so it's all ready to go for Friday. Even though we are more prepared than the first window, it was 4:30 by the time Charlie had made the frame, and we both agreed that it was probably getting a little bit late to start cutting a hole in the van. So we have postponed that until obviously Friday, which will be the next episode. But I have managed to do all the silver foil up the top and down the bottom of these two doors and over here. This week has seemed a little bit slower than other weeks, but hopefully we can pick up speed again next week. Something that I do want to mention is obviously we are not professionals. This is our first van build, so we may be doing things a little bit back to front and higgledy-piggledy, but we know that we are, and we're trying to sort that out and trying to plan a better way of doing things. So yeah, getting these like little jobs done today has helped tick off a couple of them boxes that we've started and not got around to finishing, which we don't like doing. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you again ever so much for watching, and we will see you next week for our next episode of Operation Ducato. Bye for now.